How you doing today? Justin Henderson here. Praise the Lord. Another day. Another day grateful to be above ground, be breathing, living, and to be here. I wanted to come to you guys today and I want to do a little something different. And this may be the end of the video, or not the end of the video, but this may be the end of the beginning of what you guys may be seeing. But excuse me, I just ate a tornado little thing and it's kind of spicy. Um, but one together, one together is a foundation that um, one together is a ministry that I received from God. Um, I try not to say stuff like you know receive from God and this and that, but at the same time it is what it is. Um, I'm sorry guys, I'm playing with the features here, but with one together is relationship and marriage advice counseling. Um, but what I want to do is it's a book. It's a book, How to Argueproof Your Relationship by Mark Webb. He's a licensed marriage and family therapist. Um, if you are watching this video and you're going through relationship problems, marital problems, listen, me too. Me too. So you're not alone because I'm going through it too. I go through it on and off from time to time. So, for me to sit here to tell you that, I'm going through the same thing, I hope that it relieves some pressure that you're not alone. You know, me too. I am too. But what I wanted to do was, um, I want to take this book, and it has 18 chapters. 18 chapters. I want to read and go over some of these things in this book, chapter by chapter. So I don't know how long it's going to take. It doesn't really matter how long it's going to take, but I want to hopefully see the improvement that I hope that you guys see. Now, I've read this book one time, and it works. It really works. So I want to read it as many times as it's going to take to to better equip me and better give me the skills to keep arguments out of my relationship with my fiance. So me too. I'm here with you, and I'm going through the same thing. So I'm going to start with the introduction. And the introduction reads: All couples argue. You have been taught to believe everyone in any relationship eventually will argue. And the truth is that we all have argued. But what if a couple could learn to stop arguing and at the same time increase their sense of connection to each other? So what if you could stop arguing? What if not only that you stop arguing, is that you begin to have a better sense of connection, or you have a better knowing of the presence of the connections, of when the connection is there? Because it's common that all couples argue. All couples argue. So, and that's what we are taught coming up, that a healthy relationship has arguments. That's what we are raised off of. Okay. I have developed strategies to challenge the hopeless notion that we are forever doomed to argue in relationships. These techniques have been tested over and over with hundreds of couples. So a lot of couples have underwent these techniques that Mr. Mark has provided. These techniques work. I have written this book for people I will never have a chance to meet, like me. And just for your information, he's located in Valdosta, Georgia. His sessions, I think the beginning session is $140, $160, and every session after that is $120, if I'm not mistaken. 45-minute sessions. So, if you're in the area and you do want to go talk to Mr. Mark Webb, look him up. Um, Mark Webb, licensed marriage and family therapist, and set you up an appointment with him. In the near future, once I'm praying on my finances to become increased and stable, as well as blessed, that I have finances to see Mr. Mark. Over myself, over my relationship, and hopefully me and my fiance together can go and see Mr. Mark for some sessions, some family sessions, as well as if we bring in our family together. I know that would be a great forward movement for us together as a whole to become one. A little bit about my family is, my fiance has two boys, and the two boys have different fathers. The oldest one is 14. His father is still alive, but he has little relationship with him. And the youngest one is 7, but his father passed due to cancer, lung cancer. And he was real close with both of the boys and raised both of the boys, and it's tough to have a relationship with a widow, but you just have to be patient. You have to be patient, give it time, because there are gonna be times where she's loving him, and you're feeling like she's loving someone else and not loving you, and it's tough. It's tough, but with patience and humbleness and the fruits of the spirit, it can be done. I mean, here I am, loving a widow with 2 kids, and just doing the best I can to be patient and to carry the fruits of the spirit. The information is designed to quickly get to the point, and each chapter builds off the previous chapter. It has been my experience that the information covered in chapters 2 and 3 can start couples off with immediate success in this process. So by the time we get to chapter 2 and 3, that's when you'll begin to see the immediate success. So, and I hope that you stick along with me. I hope that you walk along with me, guys that are watching this video. I hope by all means that you open your hearts, open your vulnerability, that you open your receptors to receive these techniques, as well as the humbleness that I myself am open to receive to help our relationship, as well as to help your own relationships, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't read the title, or if you just went through the pages and was interested to learn more. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I know it's going to be a long video, but I'm going to try to get through as much as I can, or as quick as I can. but in depth of where I can. Because all couples tend to argue. There are not many examples of how to improve understanding and decrease arguing in a relationship. Let's read that one more time. Because all couples tend to argue, there are not many examples of how to improve understanding and decrease arguing in a relationship. Over time, when nothing changes, the same mistakes get passed on from generation to generation. I not only point out the common mistakes, but I also teach you what to do instead of arguing. A positive support relationship is an important factor in the creation of a happy, successful life. I sincerely believe that the methods presented in this book can help you and your partner to create a relationship that transforms your lives. I wish to both of you the greatest success in your efforts. Respectfully, Mark Webb. So we're going to work on this. We're going to dig in deep, and be the greatest that we can be as men. As men, there's nothing wrong with us submitting from time to time. There's nothing wrong with us leading the way by apologies or so forth. I want to see you guys have a great relationship, as well as I want to see myself have a great relationship, and continue to motivate and inspire other couples, singles that are looking for a relationship, marriages that are on the brinks of falling apart. I myself want to see these people to improve in their relationship. Don't mind by the hole in my shirt. It's been like that for years. So, we'll go into chapter 1. How strong is your desire to fix your relationship? Now, when I'm reading out of this book, I will emphasize words that need to be emphasized. So therefore, we can get the depths of what we need to know to do for our partner. And women, I forgot to add you in there, women, because you ain't left out. Because if you're watching this video, 9 times 10, you want to improve your relationship with your man, your husband, your boyfriend, or whatnot. You want to improve too. So, women as well, I want to see you continue to transform through these teachings as well. And I hope that from chapter 1, you want to progress on throughout the 18 chapters of the book. So, and if you're on Amazon again, feel free to order the book for yourself. How to argue proof your relationship by Mark Webb. Okay. Desire is everything when it comes to breaking a pattern of arguing. Unless you have a strong desire, you will never be able to reset the connection between you and your partner. If you are seeking to create a new beginning for your relationship, you must make up your mind that you truly want this reunion of heart, mind, and soul. You may ask, is it really possible to stop arguing? I'm telling you that it's absolutely possible. So here, it's possible. I see men and women of all ages who stop the hurtfulness and frustration of daily arguments. These techniques work even better for couples who don't fight often, but when they do, it's bad. Peace of mind can be yours instantly, but you must make up your mind that you are willing to do better and be better. My strategies work when even one partner applies them. So even if the other partner doesn't apply them, you apply it. And that's what I'm hoping that you do, as well as the same as I do. So we're in this thing together. Me too. Both of us. All of us. We're here together. We're here together to get this thing together. So we can have a happy relationship. So we can have a better relationship. A relationship without arguing, without frustrations, without being mad or upset, all of that. So we can have peace of mind in our relationship. We can have security within our relationship. That security and that comfort that our partner is looking for in us, that confiding, that treasure, that cherish that our partner is looking for in us. That's what we're aiming for. That's why we're here in this book. Um, but you must have desire. I'm okay if your desire is guarded or uncertain at this point. Your desire will increase as you get further into this book and have had the chance to apply the techniques within. So right now, you don't have to have the 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 full desire, being that and when I say not the full desire, I'm saying that the desire to let your guard down, to be certain that you really want to work on your relationship. It's okay right now. It's okay right now. As we move forward, your desire to want to have a better relationship, that will change. Me for myself, as I've read the book before, so my desire is strong to fix my relationship. Whenever we have an argument, now we're back to a place where we're having an argument. So my desire is stronger now to to fix our relationship than it is to see our relationship just dissolve and die and wither and die. You know, I wanna be able to fix my relationship. I wanna be able to look my fiance in the eyes and tell her that I love her, and then she looks me in my eyes and knows that I love her, and knows that I know I messed up, but I really want to be with her. I really want to do whatever it's gonna take for me to do to fix this thing, to keep us from arguing, to have a happy, a transformed, a great life together. So let's go further. That Robert and Linda came to my office with a complicated list of problems to straighten out. Both had been angry and unwilling to admit that they had done anything wrong. They could be quite mean at times, and their recent increase in alcohol use hadn't helped matters. Despite the fact that their list was long, I was not worried. Something I noted early on in our conversation was a strong desire to reconnect and restore the relationship. Both Robert and Linda had the desire, and both of them were tired of fighting. Their friends and families had done given up on them, and were sick of hearing the same old compliments. This ring a bell for anybody? You know, it kind of does for me. That never changed. Their previous therapist suggest they divorce. That's the worst advice that you could ever give anybody. That's the worst advice you can give anybody, is to end a relationship and divorce. And so had their pastor. For their pastor to say they should divorce, that's even worse on the pastor. God doesn't like divorces. God put you together for a reason. You know, even though if divorces come, I'm divorced. And I tried everything I could to stay and to work it out, but she wanted a divorce. If I would have had this material earlier, we probably would be together. But I had to accept and go forward. It took a while to get past all of the hurt, the pain, the shame, the guilt, and all of that. It took a long time. And in that time, every day was a dreaded day. We argued, we fought, and everything. So, that was a dreaded day. But now that I've forgiven that, and we can resolve that issue and just be friends about it. That's perfectly wonderful. That is great. I can move on into this relationship, but I see some things in our relationship now that is coming from the past. Anything I can do to fix that so that we can have a better happy relationship, that's what I'm trying to do for my relationship. And I hope that you're doing the same thing. I know that you're here for the same reason. Doesn't sound good, does it? Despite this seamless, hopeless history, they were ready to finally change. They just needed someone to teach them how, which is what we need. We just need somebody to teach us how to change. That's all we need. On the other hand, Brian and Sandy presented with a much smaller list of problems, yet I felt concerned for them as I noted that neither one of them seemed to have much desire to fix their relationship or their marriage. So they didn't really want to fix their marriage. Does that sound like anybody? Does that sound like you? Does that sound like somebody you know? That the two people are married, but they really don't want to fix their marriage? Let's continue. Sandy only wanted me to listen to her and tell her she was right, while Brian wanted me to tell her that she should love him for who he was, and he was an overweight, lazy husband. That 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 might sound like some of us. His speeches about how important it was for her to love him unconditionally fell into Sandy's deaf ears, meaning that he was telling her how to love him, or that it means that much to him for her to love him no matter what. Unconditionally means no matter what. It doesn't matter the circumstances, it doesn't matter the situation, it doesn't matter what's going on in life. Unconditionally means no matter what. If I could pull up a dictionary, let's see. We ain't gonna worry about that right now. Unconditional. Look up the word unconditional and find a definition for yourself. So unconditional. That's what Brian wanted. Unconditional love. A lot of us want unconditional love. Love me for my faults. Love me for my flaws. Love me for me being a sinner. Love me for my mistakes. Love me for my wrongs. Love me for who I am as I am. Because my mistakes don't make who I am. That I did is not who I am. The words I spoke is not who I am. That was just what I did. That's just what I did. I thank a pastor for Pastor Stephen Furtick for speaking that to me. As I've been going through this, I've been listening to the messages of God and manifesting into the Word of God, floating into the Spirit. Right now, the Spirit of God is all around me, and I can't help but to come forward and do this. I do this. I do these things out of faith. The scriptures, we're gonna go into some stories into just little life, um, but I also want to keep one together intact. These are things that has been set on my heart to do for others as well as for myself, so I can learn more and I can continue to disciple others into finding Jesus, into seeking Jesus' face, into looking into God's face in His eyes, to go into God. Okay, going forward. Oh, Sandy had a deaf ear, so she wasn't listening to what he was telling her. Okay, she wasn't going to give him an inch. She was bossy and accustomed to getting her own way. Does that sound like anybody? Does that sound like you? Does that sound like your wife? Does that sound like your girlfriend? On the other hand, does it sound like your boyfriend? Does it sound like your husband? Is it you? Is your ear deaf? We proceeded into the process of therapy, which in my practice jumps rather quickly into the teachings of reconnecting and redirective strategies. So reconnecting and redirective strategies. Reconnecting and redirective strategies. I'm going to point out everything in this book so that way I hope that you get the clear message or the clear technique of what to do. Reconnect and redirect. Reconnect, redirect. Reconnect, redirect. These are two strategies that are going to work together, hand in hand, for your marriage, for your relationship. Let's continue. By the end of the first session, Brian and Sandy both expressed a glimmer of hope. They started to see some kind of light. They started to see some kind of hope. The passion came back. Something lit that candle again. We met weekly for a handful of sessions in order for them to learn the techniques of a great partner and of a couple that is free of arguing. And if you guys don't know, he also has another book. Which you guys like, good God, man, you got all kinds of books here, man. I need to get, you can get the reference. I mean, the other book that he has is How to Be a Great Partner. How to Be a Great Partner. So we'll go through that book as soon as we finish this book. So, yeah, I want to make sure that you're empowered. I want to try and be empowered myself. You know, I myself am not the perfect person in the world. I can get up here and I can preach the sermon in front of the pulpit and do something 2 days later, a day later, that would make me have thoughts of saying, "Hey, you call yourself a man of God." I'm not gonna let it get to me like that because that's not who I am. Okay, we met weekly for a handful of sessions in order for them to learn the techniques of a great partner and of a couple that is free of arguing patterns of communication. Free of arguing patterns of communication. Arguing usually does have a pattern. You have this thing that starts to tick you off, that thing that pushes your button, and then it begins into a pattern. This goes to this, goes to this, goes to this, and it's a sequence of things that goes into the communication of what you're expressing to one another. Each session revealed a stronger sense of desire from both of them. Both of them began to really want the relationship. They actually made tremendous progress, and by the end of the therapy, they had become a couple that others wanted to emulate. So by the end of it all, other people wanted to have a relationship like they had through these techniques. That's the kind of relationship that I myself want to have. Do you? Don't you? When you go out in public with your spouse, with your girlfriend, and people look at you and want to have a relationship that is so illuminating and so bright and so beautiful. They want to have that type of relationship, or they want to have that type of marriage. I want to have that with my fiance. I just deeply desire to have that with her. Believing that your cycle of arguing can end may seem impossible, yet your relationship can improve by making simple changes and adopting a new and positive view of your relationship. This was just going through as I was reading this, that I want to see you grow with me in this, in these I want to call them lectures or seminars or speakings or readings or whatnot. But I want to see you grow with me, as well as see the growth that happens between me and my fiance, and what happens between us. I want you to see the powerful of how deep the desire of one person to really want that relationship to actually come forth, and to see this thing come together, and boom, I want you to really experience that and to have that. as well as I want to have that myself. So and I'm praying. I'm praying every day. That God keep His hand over the two of us, keep His hand on the two of us, on our lives, on our path, together as one. That's why this foundation is called One Together. We want to keep you together as one in God, because when you're married, you're one together in God, one together. This book is designed to help you wherever you may be. You may desire, though, uh, if you got something that you want to eat or drink, feel free, feel free, feel free. Eat and drink. If you need to pause, go get it or whatnot. We're gonna dig in. I only got 2 pages left, so if you want to wait, if you want to pause it, come back, whatnot, it's up to you. So let's dig in. And anytime through these speakers, feel free, because I'm gonna be going over. I'm going over this just like I'm sitting right here in front of you right now. Right now. So don't think I'm just talking to a computer screen. Don't think I'm talking to a camera. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You. Whoever. I'm talking to you mainly. You. Because I can only speak to receiving ears. People, receiving heart. Those that want to receive the word. Those that want to receive the blessings. Those that want to receive, everything that God has given me to speak out. So, and me myself, I want you to be as comfortable as you can be. I want you to be able to relax, hear, listen, and receive the words of that. Even if I'm just reading out of these books, these text contexts, or these text literature, I read it in a way that it emphasizes what you need to know. So I got 3 books that I'm going to do. I'm going to do this book. We're going to do How to Be a Great Partner, and we're going to do another book by David Walls. It's called Learning to Love. It's given to me from a human resource. I don't know if it's manager, staff, whatnot. About love, learning to love, learning agape love, learning to love when love isn't easy. Okay, so let's continue. This book is designed to help you wherever you may be. You must have desire, though. Desire is necessary because it is foundational. Desire reflects that your heart and mind are in the right place. If you have faith in this process, you will see a transformation within your relationship that will surprise you. One person's desire is enough to turn a bad situation around. So don't, I'm reading like he's got, do not worry if your partner is not fully on board. That's the situation where I'm at. My partner is not on board. A partner wants to be alone, doesn't really want to have a label of fiance or boyfriend or girlfriend. She's 8 years older than me. I'm 30. She's 38. She always speaks about being 40 soon. And with the 2 boys, she has her house and I have my apartment. And we just have a lot of different things that are going on in our lives right now. So we're at a place where it's tough. I just started school. She's been to school. She's trying to graduate in December. We got so many different things that are going on, and it's throwing us around. But I have faith that we can stick this thing out, and we can build and grow and achieve our goals together as a couple, and especially as once we're married, to reach these goals as well too. Let's continue. When times are tough, your desire can keep you focused and on track. Your desire can redirect you in times of discouragement and frustration. That sound like you? You get discouraged and frustrated when things aren't going right. In those times, your desire will inspire you to try harder and will aid in pushing you to try new techniques. These concepts are common sense and can be applied regardless of your age or ability for insight. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter how smart you are. Doesn't matter what level of thought you're on. Doesn't matter. It is imperative, though, that you have a strong and true desire to be better as a partner. So let's note that strong and true desire to be better as a partner. So strong and true. In this process, I know it can be aggravating. I know it can be rough because it's been rough, aggravating for me. It's been heartbreaking. You know what we've been going through in an instant, in a snap. Things just break just like that. It's like, 1 minute we're good, 1 minute we're great. Next thing you know, snap. It's like all the bad things just come flooding in. It's like, where did this come from? So, you gotta have a strong and true desire to be better as a partner. Not to run away, not to be like, well, I tried this, I'm giving up, don't want to do it anymore. Trust me too. I've been there. I've done that too. I did that too. I got to a place where I was like, you know what, I give up. I don't want to work on it. I can't do it. But I had to have a strong faith. I had to have a strong desire to want to turn around, to want to change, to want to do different. What got us here was a lot of arguments over time that built up inside of her. There's a lot of forgiveness that was given, but at the same time, it wasn't forgotten. That's one thing women, I know you can understand. You can forgive us men all day, but you can't forget. It's different for a man. For a man, we can forgive and we can forget. Sometimes depending on how critical it is. With infidelity, it may be a little rough, but it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. So remember that it is possible. Women, ladies, if you've done infidelity on your man, remember it is possible to regain his heart, to regain his trust, and regain his love, regain his passion, regain his commitment. It is possible. And the same goes for guys, for us men, fellas. If you had infidelity on your partner, it is possible to gain her trust, to gain her commitment, to gain her love, to gain her passion and compassion for that's what we need, and to gain her respect and honor back from you as not the man that did what he did, but for who you are. It might be a little difficult to break down the who you are, but for her to love you for who you are makes more an impact than what you did. So try to get that inside of you, that it is possible for each of you to love you for who you are. Continuing. If you are feeling hesitant, I encourage you not to be. So don't be hesitant. You don't have to be. Don't be hesitant. And rather decide to fully engage in an all-out best effort on your part. So be willing. Be willing to go all out with these techniques. All out. That means, you're not gonna want to. It's gonna be some things that are gonna be so uneasy. And I'm telling you this from experience, because when I tell you that it works, at the time when I read this, me and my fiance were arguing. We were going through some things, and when this book was brought to me, God put in position these things as I was going through. So He put these things in my path. Now I have the resources to be able to go forth and go back to these resources to better our relationship, better our relationship, and to use these techniques that have been given to me to better strengthen our relationship into our marriage, and strengthen our marriage as we reach out together, and as I help to reach out together to help strengthen and build and bring you to a stronger, more better, more committed relationship and marriage. So continuing on, because I know I will keep talking sometimes. I will keep talking. I know the doubt of ever getting better. The doubt of ever getting better. It's so disheartening. It's so disheartening. You know what it's like to be lying in bed and unable to sleep because of the hurt, confusion, anger from another argument. I've been going through this for a week now. For nearly since Mother's Day. Today is May the 18th. Today is May the 18th. That's my graduation year from KRI, my high school. But anyway, today makes, what's the day? Wednesday. What is today? Today is I don't even know what today is. Wednesday. Oh, I work too much. Wednesday. From Wednesday all the way, let's see, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So about 10 days. It's nearly been 10 days where I'm laying in bed. I can't really sleep. The night before last was rough. It was even worse. I was laying in bed and I couldn't sleep. I was hurt. I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why she was feeling like this and that. I mean, she took off her ring. She doesn't even want to wear her ring. I took off my ring because I felt like she doesn't want to wear her ring. How many of you are going through this? How many of you are experiencing this? How many of you know how that feels? And don't be don't be, don't doubt it. Don't doubt the efforts of it getting better, because it can get better. It will get better. You may reach a stump because you're looking at all of the negative, but let's look at the positive here. Let's look at the techniques that are going to bring us back. And see, I can see the shift and I can see it change just by knowing that these things work. These things work. And Mark is a spiritual guy. He's a spiritual Christian. Well, he's a Christian. He's a 9-time, I think it's 10-time ninth. I don't think it's ninth degree. I think fifth degree, fifth, sixth, seventh degree black belt. 10-time winner, something like that. But in the same instance, he's a great guy. I met with him in person, shook his hand, talked to him, told him coming to meet him, coming to talk to him, so forth and so on. So I know the feeling. I laid right over there on that couch, and I was hurt. I was confused, and I was upset because from not knowing what was going on. I felt like I was losing something that didn't need to be lost. I felt like I was losing my fiance. I was losing my life. I was losing my love. I was losing my heart. I almost was feeling like I was losing my mind. That's how that feels. Does anybody else know how that feels? Do you know how that feels? You know how that feels, don't you? I know. I know. Me too. Me too. Let's continue.
going to work and being unable to focus, yet pretending that you're okay, is extremely hard. It's very hard. I work in a distribution center, and I drove my pallet into one of the trucks, and I had thought about my fiance so hard, and we were going through this, and it was so tough and it was so deep that I mean, my whole perspective, my views, everything, and when you are thinking about these things in a workplace environment, it becomes evident. You can see it. Everybody can see it through your eyes, through your facial, through your expression, through your energy. When I turned around and came out of that truck, I felt everyone just looking at me because I was so sad. And usually I'm excited, I'm happy, and things like that. And I was just so sad, and I couldn't really get it together. It was hard for me to focus because I was thinking about her so much and why we were at this point. What brought us to this point? What is bringing us through to this? So, me too. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Ladies, I know how you can feel. You go to work and you're upset because you done had an argument with your husband, your boyfriend, and you can't really work. You don't really want to talk to nobody, but that he's all that you got on your mind. I understand. Me too. Men, fellas, you done got in an argument with your wife, with your girlfriend. She's mad. She don't want to talk to you. She's giving you the cold treatment. She's like she's trying to break up with you, but she's not really trying to break up with you. But you don't know what's going on. You're in between the understanding of what's going on and what's not going on, and you don't want her to have to go and find another lover. I understand. Me too. Me too. You're not alone. You're not alone. I feel that too. Me too. Let's go on. But what if you could stop the tears and the knots in your stomach once and for all? It's a good question. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Is your desire strong and true to want to stop these tears and these knots in your stomach? You know that feeling when it's it's that gut feeling you get sick to your stomach, and it just oh God, it just hurts. Love sick, like you're on a roller coaster going all around on a boat, and you get motion sickness. Are you ready? Are you ready to truly, strongly put an end to the arguing and ready to desire to be a better partner, to be better as a partner? Are you ready? I am. So if you're ready, me too. Me too. There's hope. There's faith. It's possible. It's possible. I have noticed that most people who argue either by nature or as defensive posture tend to have very determined personality. Determination is an element that will help you in this process. Use this natural ability to your benefit. Make up your mind that you will reach a point of an argument-free relationship. Make up in your mind that your relationship will be argument-free. Because a lot of times when we argue, we just want to get to the point. We want to get the point across of whatever it is we're arguing about, which is probably not really anything. The determination in the argument to win the argument. That's the whole means of the argument, is to win. Win the argument, win the argument, win the argument, which is how arguments get tougher, rougher, louder, sometimes abusive. But we don't want it to get to any of these points. Any of these points. Imagine. Imagine your relationship free of arguments. With no arguments. Free of all arguments. Argument wants to rise where it used to, doesn't even happen. Argument comes up out of the blue, doesn't even happen. Argument tries to float around, doesn't even happen. Imagine that. Imagine how much more you and your partner can smile. Imagine how much more you and your partner can love each other. Imagine how you and your partner can be more in love. Not only be more in love, but have even have a better relationship. You know, intimate, a better intimate relationship. Just imagine. I understand it gets a little heavy. It gets a little heavy. So sometimes you might just have to, we might have to take a deep breath and just, just stay determined. And because the arguments do get overwhelming. So it's possible to fix the relationship, have a better relationship, reconnect in the relationship, and redirect from the arguments in the relationship to having a argument-free relationship. So going on, it is possible not to argue. It is a matter of redefining who you are. It is redefining who you are. You already know who you are in God, but redefining who you are and how you respond to stress and potential conflicts. So who you are versus the stress and conflicts and your response to it. Redefine that. Me, myself, I know that I'm stubborn. At times, I'm stubborn. And many times I don't listen. Lots of times I don't listen. But to redefine that is to listen more, to be more passionate, to be more compassionate, to understand what I can understand and let her know that, I didn't quite get the understanding of that. Help me understand. And when to see the conflicts arise, redefine how to handle it. Redefine how to respond to the stress. When things are getting over my head or overwhelmed or things are getting a little heavy, feels like a little bit too much for me, how do I redefine how I respond to it? That's what these techniques are going to teach. So if you are stubborn and hard-headed, don't despair. That sound like anything I just said? Does that sound like anything that you may have, that you may be? I like working with people like you because they actually do better in the long run once they understand this process. So for the two of us, for the three of us, for all of us, when we can understand this process in the long run, not just for the short period, but the long run, we'll be fine. Years and years and years forward on. Again, like I said, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, where your mind level is, what your educational set is, where your background is, what your ethnicity is, no matter what religion you are, whatever, whatnot. Once you begin to understand this process in the long run, it's going to help. You're actually going to do better. Mastery of this process will be determined not only by your desire to stop arguing, but in your desire to be a better partner. So it's not just to stop arguing, it's more to be a better partner. And that's our. I believe that that's our overall goal, is to be a better partner for the person, our wife or our husband, or your, your wife or your husband. Um, you have to have a desire to do so, strong and true desire to do so, to die to yourself, to be a better partner for your partner. Yeah. I encourage you to have a strong overall desire to be a better person. Think about it for a moment. Do you have the desire to be a better person? Ask yourself that right now. Do you have a better desire to be a better person? Are you having a very strong inside conviction to be a better person? Are you having the mindset now that I want to be a better person? I really, really want to be a better person. I want to be a better person, but I don't know how. What do I got to do to be a better person? How can I be a better person? Would you like to see what life is like without frustrating nonsense of needless arguments? Me too. I want to. I want to see what it's like not to have arguments over nothingness, over things that we think are so important but they're really not, over things that we think that are so big but they're really not. I want to know what that's like. I want to see what that's like. Of the needless arguments. Arguments that we don't need. Arguments that we don't have to have. You start to feel a conflict when you ask yourself that. Me too. So with my fiance, I want to see this with her. I desire to be a better person with her. Not just for her, but with her. I encourage you to raise the bar for yourself and decide to become a great partner. A great partner. I notice the word great in that sentence. A great partner. Most of us proudly boast that we are great in our profession or as a parent, but when it comes down to our role as a partner, we settle for a lesser status. We say we are good as opposed to great. We're a good partner. We're a good husband, or a good wife, versus a great husband or a great wife or a great partner. Let's raise the bar. Let's go up. We're great. We're great for our partner. We're a great partner. We go above, further, higher, and set the bar, raise the bar higher. Decide to be that great partner. Be that great partner. Be that great partner. The decision starts on the inside. Decide to be that great partner. Do you have desire to better understand the needs and the feelings of your partner? Me too. Me too. But strongly and truly desire to better understand the needs and the feelings of your partner. Where my fiance is right now, in her feelings and her needs, I deeply, strongly, truly desire to know what is it that she needs. What is it that she's feeling? Do you feel the same? Do you have the desire to learn more about relationships and how to make your relationship happier and more connected? Me too. Ladies, fellas, guys, girls, women, boys, men, gentlemen. Me too. I want to learn more about relationships and what can make the relationship more happier and how we can be more connected. How can we be more connected? How can we become more connected and more happy? That's something that you want to? Me too. You're about to gain insight that you have previously not had. And these insights will help you better understand why you have argued in the past and how you could have prevented these arguments. Commit yourself to mastering these techniques and these mindsets. If you strive to be a master of yourself and these principles, you will be able to position your relationship as one of peace and true connection. Doesn't that just sound wonderful? Doesn't that just sound beautiful? Isn't that something that you want? Me too. I do too. I want that. I want that not only just for me, but I want that for my partner as well. I want that for me and my partner as we are one. I want that for us together. I'm going to teach you the insights and the disciplines needed to keep you on track. Notice the word disciplines. It takes discipline. It takes discipline to go forward through these things. Discipline. Discipline. I will teach you the 5 precursors to any argument so that you can avoid potential derailments. So there are 5 precursors. 5 precursors. I have uncovered factors that will arise that can undermine your peace, even when you have been doing well as a couple. These often confuse couples because they make the couple doubt the progress they are making. I'm going to prepare you so that you can actually stop the painful cycle of arguing. I'm going to tell you right now, as I was reading that, I felt the conflict between man and woman, which is the argument, the conflict. I felt that. Fellas, gentlemen, men, ask yourself how you're feeling now. Ladies, ask yourself how you're feeling now. About yourself, about your partner. You're feeling that because there's being something lit on the inside. There's a candle being lit on the inside. There's hope. There's hope. But right now, the arguments that have previously happened are what are giving it turbulence. So as we continue, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. You are going to notice a connection emerge within your relationship that will be deeper than you have ever known. Your partner will talk to you more freely, and you will be able to be more open as well. Disclosure of your thoughts and feelings will be no longer led to a furious debate or shutting down of your spirit. A true communication will develop. You will see glimpses of this transformation early on in this process, and it will get only better. It will only get better as you improve. So the more that we go through this, even if as we're reading these chapters, if you want to go through and replay these chapters over and over again until you get it down in your spirit, until you get it down in your heart and your mind and your soul. It's going to get better as you improve. So the more that you learn of these techniques, the more that you learn of the process, the more that you continue to see the good results, or see the positive results, or see the outcomes as they are coming, it will get better. It will get better. It will get better. It will get better. Ladies, it will get better. Men, it will get better. Husbands, wives, it will get better. Boyfriend, it will get better. Girlfriend, it will get better. It will get better. So on that, Mr. Mark's last words this chapter are, let's get started. That's chapter 1. How to Argueproof your relationships. I hope that after reading the first chapter, you're ready to go into the second chapter, as I am. I'm ready to go into the second chapter. As we closed out the second chapter, I could just hear my fiance's voice. I can hear her just talking to me freely, more open. I can hear her talking to me more like I can only dream of, without argument, without anything. I can feel that. I can hear it in my heart. And I deeply, truly desire that every day. Every day for the rest of our lives. So, hope you guys are ready to go to chapter 2. And I encourage you, go on into chapter 2. Let's dig into chapter 2, and let's get in it. Let's get in it, and let's do it. Let's do it for our partner, for us, as a great partner, so we can be better partner. Because you're not alone. I'm here too. Love you guys. Blessings.